Let's talk about the Kuva Sobek. It's probably gonna be a lot of stuff, so if you're looking for something specific, make sure to check the timestamps. We're gonna go over the weapon and some combos. So, Aquisition. As any Kuva weapon, go on a Grineer mission. While not being hunted by a lich or a sister, find the dude. Stab the dude if he has the Sobek. Kill, pretty much hunt your lich and then get your gun. It is a better version than the classic Sobek. This is a direct upgrade. I took a Toxin Progenitor. The weapon is pretty good. Works very well. Has a bunch of damage when you stack the stuff. See any other? Okay. We just didn't. Okay. Don't even need the full stacks to be able to one tap with a headshot. See, oh my god. I was thinking like I'm gonna wait for it to go to low HP so I can get the deadhead, but he just said nah. The bleed proc is gonna be too much. And yeah. And it's dead. It's pretty deadly. Pretty deadly. We could think of something else. Maybe corrosive. Let me summon everyone again. This one is a bit slower, but it has a punch, good punch. Usually 3 shots in the head should do, but I'm using corrosive and heat. The heat procs are just gonna make them move a bit, so the 3 perfect headshots are a bit hard to land. Yeah, not the best thing in the world, but if we take a frame that has the Corrosive Shards, things get better. Just gonna have to get my stacks again. Too many armor strips, Jesus Christ. But as we get closer to armor stripping, or if we do, it's just instant death. The heat procs, get them, or just the plain damage with low armor. Nothing too crazy, but still pretty decent. This weapon also has a unique mod called Acid Shells, which, if I'm not wrong, is from Sedna, either from the Rat Tomb or the arenas, or from the Kella the Tame. That is pretty crazy. We're able to do some pretty cool nuking with it. This is the build I'm using for Saren with a Riven. I have a gun buff build for Saren. And the thing here is Acid Shells. When you kill an enemy, deals a AoE of corrosive damage. That is based on enemy health. That is pretty crazy. If you combo that with Toxic Lash, which forces Toxin procs, things get crazy. Enemies killed by that dot will trigger Acid Shells again, further spreading the toxin and making stuff crazy. So, how it works. Let's go. Let me just try to armor strip these two are already good. Yeah. Oh no, it's not even the... I'm confusing the builds. Just so you can have a look on the acid shells first. That 600 and something damage was the acid shells. Really, on its own, it's nothing too crazy. 2 to 6 damage, nothing too crazy. If we add Toxic Lash... Oh. Okay, there's a dot. Nothing too crazy because of armor. Toxin deals pretty much no damage against armored enemies. As the armor goes up, kind of crazy. Is that a Toxin proc? Pretty weak. But if we armor strip, things get crazy. What looks like a harmless Toxin proc becomes deadly without armor. If we are to use our roar, we are gonna amplify that by a lot. Kind of crazy, right? But now, how could we easily end with enemy armor? Spores. Then it starts. And everyone is dead. Simple as that. This thing just scales like crazy with Roar. And also with the Toxin Shards that I'm using. Using shards for toxin damage. Using 3 shards for that. So the damage is just multiplied and multiplied. And they deal damage based on enemy health. So that scales indefinitely. That's gonna scale to level cap. And if we had anything, you know, there's no beyond that. But yeah. Things are just really crazy. That's how it goes. You're just gonna nuke stuff. You don't need the complete setup, but having the complete setup just makes it insane. That's how it goes. It's as easy as I can put it. Who else can do stuff like this? Could we take something like Volt, Ember, Oberon, you know, gun buffers? No, actually not. Because Toxic Lash is the only one who has guaranteed procs as the gun buffs goes. I mean, like Ember buffing heat, Oberon buffing radiation, Volt buffing electricity. No, with those it doesn't work because there's no guaranteed procs there. Not even the own weapon, the own corrosive damage, which is the AoE from acid shells, it's gonna be procced. It cannot proc it, it's just a damage instance, but you can add damage to that. Just like we added with the Toxic Lash, you can use the other frames to add more damage. The best results I got were actually with the Thermal Sunder, adding Blast. I got up to deal up to 80% of enemy health, unarmored. But we can use other frames for that. To, you know, further nuking. Garuda is one of them, which doesn't really depend on armor strip to do very interesting stuff. What we actually need is to just use our ultimate on everyone and then just wait for them to die. And that's how it goes. As long as they have the Seeking Talons debuff, they are gonna be taking that crazy damage when someone dies. And there's no like... there's pretty much no viral, nothing. No, it just didn't proc. On the Simulacrum, it's just pretty awful sometimes. Sometimes you kill 1, you get a cascade of procs. Sometimes you kill 5 or 7, 10, and you don't get it to proc. It's just weird. but it is a possibility. It's always cool to have options. Now it started. Kind of have to be more active to keep stuff going, but it also works. Another combo that you can use that, you know, it doesn't only works with the Sobek, but given the way that the Sobek works, I think it might be worth putting a little bit more effort into trying to make this, you know, more interesting. Maybe even the how it works with, I don't know. I was thinking about Sarin, but who knows? The main thing here would be to armor strip. Throw your Tesla Nervos with Tesla Bank. Kill enemies. Yeah. You know, it's not exclusive to the Sobek to do this. Any weapon can pretty much do this. But I just think it's very interesting because we can put the Tesla Nervos and use Tesla Bank on any frame. So it just needs something to deal a lot of damage. And given that this weapon is able to deal percent enemy HP on as AoE, I think it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Maybe we can try this with other frames to combo even further. Yeah, those are the ways that I found interesting to use it. There's also the Nora Knight mod. I'm still a bit away from it and not sure in how many weeks that's gonna be obtainable for me. But yeah, this seems kind of crazy, to be honest. This is definitely gonna be a fit into the build. It's just gonna be crazy, absolutely crazy to have this, like, for real. Insane. Yeah. Landed shots. This is gonna be like, you're gonna stack this with 2 shots. And so that, yeah, it's gonna be too crazy. Yeah, let me know what you think about the Kuva Sobek so far. Leave it a like, subscribe, and peace.